Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another beautiful day in Columbia, Maryland. My name is Jalen Ivy, and I'll be your host this afternoon for one out of the two Region 20 soccer matches that will be played this afternoon on Howard Community College's campus. Today's matchup will be covering the Dragons women's soccer team of Howard CC, who are coached by Jose Benitez, who was also appointed head coach position in early August, and assisted by Mike Ditter. They will be going up against the Cougars of Frederick Community College, who are coached by Darren Andrews, who was appointed the head women's soccer coach in October of 2021 and assisted by Adam Howes. We're looking at a pretty good matchup today between these two teams. Howard comes into this game with a record of 0-1-1 after a tie with Prince George's Community College 1-1 and a loss against the College of Southern Maryland last Tuesday 0-1. And a little bit of background on the Dragons' opponent for this afternoon, the Cougars. They entered this match with a record of 1-2 in the conference, with a win against Anne Arundel College 3-2, a loss to Montgomery College 0-2, and a loss against Southern Maryland 0-3. And both teams are coming off losses in their previously played matches, so this will be somewhat of a redemption match for both sides. And then something to also make note of this afternoon is that the Cougars are missing a good number of players, one of which is their goalkeeper, who has started for all 7 of their matches this season. Taking her place will be number 10, Cheyenne Tibbs, a freshman defender, which might have a bit of a trickling effect as she has started 6 out of the 7 games this season as a defender. We have about 7 minutes left before the start of this game, so it's a good day to play some soccer, so we'll be back shortly when the game starts. Things are about to get underway here at Howard CC. We're going to start with a few announcements, and then with the playing of the national anthem, and the game will be underway.
Visiting Frederick Cougars and your Howard Dragons. Let's meet the starters, beginning with the visiting Frederick Cougars. Freshman number 2, Nadia Parakeet. Sophomore number 3, Emily Moeller. Freshman number 5, Addison Fritz. Sophomore number 7, Michelle Florian. Sophomore number 9, Riley Russell. Freshman number 12, Ella Henderson. Freshman number 14, Sam Gregorio. Freshman number 15, Jama Benner. Freshman number 16, Skylar McDonough. Freshman number 18, Peyton Troxel. In goal for the Cougars, freshman number 10, Cheyenne Tibbs. The Cougars are coached by Darren Andrews, assisted by Adam House. And now, the starters for your Howard Dragons. Freshman number 2, Ashley Osorio. Freshman number 3, Zali Hernandez. Freshman number 5, Lucy Segovia. Sophomore number 7, Marita Castillo. Freshman number 9, Yaslin Ortiz Cruz. Sophomore number 11, Giselle Castillo. Sophomore number 12, Melissa Villatoro. Freshman number 15, Kimberly Ruano. Freshman number 22, Genesis Farah. Freshman number 24, Madison Carey. And in goal for the Dragons, number 38, sophomore Olivia Jackson. The Dragons are coached by Jose Benitez and assisted by Michael Getter. And now at this time, please stand for the playing of the national anthem. National Junior College Athletic Association. Region 20, Howard Community College promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Negative comments, profanity, racist, sexist, or other abusive comments or actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the facility. We thank you for your support and cooperation.
ladies and gentlemen. So, to those of you who are tuning in, today's matchup is about to begin. It's a little bit after 2 o'clock, but about 2:06 right now. But it's time to play. And just again to make note of, goalkeeper for the Cougars is out this match. Number 1, Morgan Marchesani, who has played all 7 of the games this season. And standing in for her will be number 10, Cheyenne Tibbs, who is a defender for the Cougars. Match has started. There are a lot of movement starting out this game. Looking for possession. Howard is in possession of the ball. Looking for an early start. Ball stays in Howard possession. Over to Ruano.
Ella, get higher. You need to get higher, Ella. You should not. Drop a little bit, Jocelyn. You gotta go up a little bit. You can't sit up there.
We did have a flag go up on that far side, but the ref did not catch it. Howard does their best to pull the ball forward. It's going to be that'll be an offside call. Excuse me, a throw-in for the Dragons.
I'm trying to show.
Cougars are looking to bring the ball back down to the opposing side. And that ball is kicked over to Olivia Jackson.
Keep going, Addie. Tyler, you have to stay in front of Addie.
That'll be a throw for the Dragons. Both sides definitely looking for a bit of a break here. That ball will go over to Ruano, making her way towards the goal for a long shot, and that ball is in the net. Early in the match, we have a shot by Kimberly Ruano. As stated before, the Cougars are missing their goalkeeper that has played all seven of those matches this season. And in place of her is Cheyenne Tibbs, who has played 6 out of those 7 matches as a defender.
Scored by number 15, Kimberly Ruano.
That's one early on for the Dragons. The Dragons are definitely going to utilize having a new goalkeeper in place of their typical goalkeeper this evening. And it seems that they definitely are moving the ball a lot, finding each other. Melissa Villatoro, and that's another long attempted shot from Melissa Villatoro. But it went right into the hands of Tibbs. Staying with the Dragons. Segovia with the ball. Tries to find Ruano, but comes up just short of a defender for the Cougars. And that ball is placed out of bounds by the Cougars. Back to the hands of the Dragons. Ruano with the ball. Over to Castillo. Looking for a man. Over to Villatoria. Sent over to the far sideline.
Good try, Lucy. It's okay. Lucy, inside. Lucy.
The ball is kicked out of bounds by Segovia and back into the Cougars' possession.
Hey, guys. First and second balls here. Let it go. Hey, watch her. Get it in the air. You can get there if it comes from this side. Let's go timing on the ball. Wait, don't overcommit. Now you want to go, see?
Dragons are definitely starting out really well in defense.
Hey!
Doing their best to play
Watch it.
man to man. And that ball is sent over to the keeper by Zali Hernandez. Now to Castillo. Over to Villatoro. That ball is going to be thrown in by the Dragons.
Keep it. Take care of it. Again. Don't let him out.
That ball's going to be moved out by Ortiz Cruz. Looking for Ruano, but just came up short. Couldn't find her on the field. That ball's still going to stay in the possession of the Dragons. Zali Hernandez with a matchup up against Jama Benner. Over to Carey. Back to the possession of the Dragons. Looking for Cruz. That ball's going to be sent back the opposite way by the Cougars. Emily Moeller in possession right now. Looking for a bit of an opening, but just can't seem to find a man. Carey taking the ball back down on the far end of the field. That'll be Melissa Villatoro. Sorry, Ashley Osorio with a matchup. So Riley Russell. That's a long shot for Russell that just tips off the hands of Jackson high over her head. And that ball will be back into the possession of the Dragons. Still very early in this match. The Dragons do seem to be moving the ball very well around on defense. Over to Ruano. Finding herself down the field. Tries a shot attempt, but is blocked by Cougars. That ball was blocked by number 7, Michelle Florian. Dragons are not playing too far into the box this match. A lot of long shot attempts so far. And 1 of 3 of those shot attempts actually went into the goal. But that'll be a corner kick. That ball is sent out of the box. Cougars looking to go back towards their goal. That'll be Zali sending that ball back over to Jackson. Zali looking for an opening. That ball go over to Osorio. Castillo looking for someone. That ball go over to Villatoro. That ball going over to Vara. And a bit of a matchup one-on-one with Vara. Over to Ruano. Just trying to get out of the space of those defenders. Cruz. And back over to Tibbs. That'll be a Dragons throw-in. That ball will be a Cougars throw-in. That'll be a throw by Castillo. Looking for an opening. That ball will be hit off of a Cougars defender, but will go into the possession of the Cougars. Dragons are definitely putting a lot of pressure on this Cougars defense right now. Cougars have definitely been looking for a shot to push the ball towards the opposite side of the field.
Entering the game for the Dragons, number 16, Ola Tolbert.
So Ola Tober had just entered the game for Melissa Villatoro. Cougars still looking to move the ball.
Michelle, you're gonna have to take the ball. Land your right shoulder, Michelle.
And that'll be a foul on the Cougars, number 16, Skylar McDonough. First foul of the match.
How you go, Lucy? Fighter, Lucy, fighter!
Kick that ball headed on by Cougars defender and to the hands of Tibbs. Ruano did seem like she tried to make a fast break to reach that ball before Cougars defender, but just couldn't get to it in time. Ball's passed over to Jackson.
We're good. Now we're stepping inside a little bit, Ola. Okay, hold. Hold on, hold it.
Cougars looking for a chance. And that'll be an offsides call on the Dragons. Ruano looking to take it down to the far side of the field. Takes a long shot, almost into the hands of Tober, but over into the hands of Segovia. And Viator just kicks that ball wide to the right side of the goal. She did throw her hands up on her head just a little bit, noticing the mistake that she did make, but did seem a little frustrated. Tibbs taking her time a little bit. Ball's kept in possession by Vara. Over to Segovia. Looking for Ruano. Still in Vara's possession. Viator has it with a long shot and into the hands of Tibbs. Yet another long shot made by the Dragons. Russell tried to bring that ball down the sideline, but sent that ball just out of bounds. That ball is headed on by Cruz. Looked like it hit her in the face just a little bit. Back over to Russell. That ball is kicked out of bounds by Hernandez. Ball stay possession of the Cougars and be thrown in by McDonough. Gregorio. And just into the hands of Ruano. Ruano is doing a great job on defense. Ooh. And that will be a foul, a hard foul from the Cougars. Sending Cruz down to the floor. Ball's kicked in. Looking for Ruano. But into the hands of Tibbs. Tibbs will take her time.
Who are you going in for?
Number 2.
Thank you. And who do you got? Thank you.
We have a couple substitutions coming in for the Cougars. That ball's going to be sent down the field and kicked back midfield by Jackson.
Entering the game for the Cougars, number 20, Zoe Bronson, and number 22, Francesca Uccelli.
A few substitutions here for the Cougars. Bronson and Vicelli. That'll be Bronson with the ball. Over to Castillo. That ball will be given to Segovia. Looking to send that ball. Tolbert running after it. And that ball is just in the hands of Tibbs. Over to Tolbert. That ball's going to be kicked over to Castillo. And was in the hands of Ruano. But a whistle. That ball is sent long by Vara. Ruano looking to get a hand on it. Sent for a shot in by Ruano. And that ball is just off the side of the goalpost. Just wide. And number 7 looking for a shot. And that ball is also wide of the goalpost to the left side. That ball kicked by a long shot for Castillo. Castillo did take some time to look for that open shot. But just miscalculated by a little. Segovia for a little bit of a matchup. Segovia kicks that ball over to Carey. Carey was looking for Vara, but that ball just got past her. In the hands of Moeller. Looking for a man. And that ball is kicked over by Vicelli, but right to the hands of Jackson. The ball is sent down to about midfield range. Ball's going to be kicked for a long shot, but into the hands of Segovia. Excuse me, Hernandez. And Troxel did just attempt a long shot, but that ball goes high. Cougars looking for anything right now. That ball sent low by Jackson. Jackson has a Troxel. Was looking for that opening. That'll be a foul on Troxel, who sends Zali Hernandez down to the floor. Jackson will send that ball about mid-height into the hands of while they're looking to hunt that ball down, but that ball is sent into the hands of Jackson and out of bounds. So that will be Cougars ball. That ball will be thrown in by the Dragons. Looking for Ruano down the far side. Ruano taking it down the field. Tober following on the left. Trying to get around the defender. Fritz. Looking for an opening. That ball is kicked into the defender. And with a long shot. Cruz was looking for that shot, but it just went wide of the goal. Dragons doing a good job on offense, trying to keep the pace and the momentum of the game on their side. That ball finds Osorio. A bit of a matchup. Russell. Looking for a little bit of help. VAR was looking for a little bit of help, just couldn't get it. That'll be Henderson. Castillo looking to send that ball back down the field. But that ball is over into the hands of McDonough. That ball is just sent out and actually hits the box. That ball will be thrown in by the Cougars. The ball sent high. Stands Castillo. Looking for Ruano. Ruano with a little bit of a matchup with Florian. Looking to get around Florian. Tries to turn that ball on the inside. Looking for an opening. Just a little bit of help. Sends that ball back out. That ball is sent long. Tober looks for an opening. And sends that ball just into the defender. Back to Castillo. She looks for an opening. Ruano. That ball is sent back down the field by Russell. We have a few subs coming in for both the Dragons and the Cougars.
Entering the game for the Cougars, number 15, Jama Penner. And for the Dragons, number 12, Melissa Villatoro.
So Villatoro will be back in the game for the Dragons. Troxel looking to take it down the field. Sends it for a long pass. Was just looking for Moeller. But Moeller just could not reach it in time. And that ball was sent back by Jackson. The ball is high, sent high by Jackson and into the hands of Ruano. Over to Segovia. Segovia was looking for Cruz, but just couldn't get past Cougars. Back to the hands of the Dragons. Looks over to Castillo. That ball is sent into a field of Cougars. Segovia. And Henderson doing her best to take that ball back down the field on the far side. A little bit of a back and forth scuffle. And that ball's still in bounds, and everyone's kind of just looking around trying to figure out what to do. And over to Ruano, though. Ruano doing her best to take it down the field. Trying to get past Cougars defender. Still has that ball in possession. Sends a pass over to Viator, and that's going to be a long shot that goes just into the feet of Tibbs. Ruano was definitely looking for that assist right there. That ball in the possession of Moeller right now. Doing her best to get past Osorio. It sends that backwards a little bit. And that ball is sent by Troxel, but into the hands of the Dragons. That ball is headed on by Gregorio. A little bit of a matchup with Hernandez. Over to Osorio. Back to Hernandez. Over to Moeller. Trying her best to take her way down the field. Takes a long shot, and that ball is into the hands of Jackson. Troxel and Moeller doing a great job trying to keep things on their end of the field. Great corner kick, and that ball is sent back out by McDonough. Looks like she was going for a shot attempt, but that ball goes just wide.
Hey, Gabby. Who you got? Thank you.
That ball over to Osorio. Looking for Ruano. And meets defender Florian. Have couple two subs coming in for the Dragons and the Cougars.
Entering the game for the Dragons, number 18, Alicia Taylor. And number 2, for the Cougars, Nadia Faraki.
So that'll be Farqui for the Cougars and Alicia for the Dragons. And coming out will be Segovia for the Dragons. That ball sent over to Moeller. Looking to find the outer part of the field. Sends a little bit of a long shot to Henderson. That ball is just sent out by the Dragons. And that ball will be thrown in by Troxel. Looking for Moeller. But that ball is kicked back out by the Dragons. And that'll be an offside call for the Cougars. The ball was in the hands of Troxel and remains in the hands of the Cougars. Looking for Moeller. Moeller has a bit of a 2-in-1 matchup right now. That ball is sent back out of bounds by the Dragons. There are about 9 minutes left. Moeller was looking for a bit of an opening. Taylor. Moeller looking to find a way. Put that ball back into the hands of Jackson. And over to Osorio. That's Cruz. And that's going to be a foul on the Cougars. So that'll be a free kick for the Dragons. It'll be sent long. Cruz was looking to get around that ball. Still in the hands of the Dragons. Castillo has it. Dragons just looking to get past the defenders of the Cougars. Taylor has it on the far sideline. Sends that ball to Verano. Cruz looking for it. Does come up with it. Tries to send that ball over to Taylor. Back to Cruz. Tries to send that ball on the inside to Villatoro. That ball is back to the possession of the Cougars. Sent on the outside to McDonough. And just tries to get it past Osorio, but sends that ball out of bounds. The ball's thrown in by the Dragons, headed on by McDonough. Osorio was looking for Villatoro, but just wasn't ready. The ball still remains in the possession of the Dragons. Osorio was looking for Verano. That ball sent high, but over to the hands of McDonough. Over to the hands of Villatoro. But into the face of Castillo. And Jackson finds herself far into the field, about 30 yards into the field, to send that ball. out of bounds. That'll be a thrown for the Cougars. Over to Gregorio. Sends that ball over to Russell. Back to Gregorio. The ball is kicked to by Gregorio. And Benner does her best to chase down that ball, but that ball finds itself just out of bounds and into the hands of the Dragons. That'll be carried for the throw in. Cruz was looking for a bit of an opening, but got caught up a little bit. Over to Moeller. Moeller looking for McDonough, but that'll be an offside call. An offside call on the Cougars. Viatora looking for a shot for Ruano. Sending it back out to Viatoro. Viatoro taking some time, trying to look for a man. That ball remained in the possession of the Dragons. Viatoro did take some time right there to look for a man, an open man on the field. That ball is going to be over to Cruz. Into the body of a Cougar, but taken back down the field by the Cougars. And Moeller's coming up with it. But Zali is just too fast for Moeller, it seems. That ball back to the hands of the Dragons for Osorio. Sent over to Taylor. Taylor looking to go down that far sideline. Over to Cruz. But remains with the Dragons. Giselle Castillo and Farqui playing a little bit of one-on-one right now. They're fighting to keep possession of the ball, but that ball goes out of bounds by the Dragons. Is in the hands of Farqui for a throw-in. Over to Farqui to Gregorio with a little bit of pass on the inside, but into the hands of Jackson. Into the hands of Cruz. Ruano has it on the far side, but that'll be an offside call on the Dragon. Sorry, excuse me, not an offside. Excuse me, not an offside call. That ball was kicked off of the red and remained in the hands of the Dragons. Florian was looking to take that ball down the sideline. He was matched up with Ruano. That ball goes just out of bounds. Farqui has it. Taken on the field by the Cougars. That ball sent back by the Dragons. Cougars not seeming to give up. Russell has it on the near side. Takes a long shot and into the hands of Jackson. Similar shots here on both sides by the Dragons and the Cougars. Viatora with the ball. Cruz. About 10 seconds left in this first half of this match. Over to carry. And that is the clock. Dragons seem to press really heavily on the defense for the Cougars and were able to ultimately score within the first 7 minutes of this matchup. Cougars are definitely looking to turn things around on offense to put some numbers on the board and make a few changes as we take a quick break here in Columbia, Maryland. We'll be back. Things are about to be underway here in Columbia, Maryland for the second half of this women's soccer match. The Dragons versus the Cougars. Both teams are definitely looking to start with a little bit of high intensity going into the second half. The ball will be kicked in by Gregorio. Into the hands of Cruz. Into the hands of Benner. And that ball is sent back by Zali Hernandez. And over to Giselle Castillo. Giselle Castillo sends that ball over to Cruz. Looking to send that ball on the field over to the hands of Ruano. But that ball finds Fritz of the Cougars, who just gets through a couple Dragons defenders. Looking for Ruano. And that'll be called for offsides on the Dragons. Ruano definitely tried to make a fast break attempt on that last ball. Too many defenders. Russell looking to make her way down the field. Looking for an open man. It looks like she's seeing Henderson, but is trying her best to take a little bit off of it. And Peyton Troxel takes a long shot that goes high and wide of the Dragons' goal. Henderson in possession of the ball. Looking to try to find her way through two Dragon defenders. And the ball is into the hands of Castillo. Looking to take that ball down the field. Castillo still in possession. Looking to get past Gregorio. Cruz has the ball. Looking for an opening, but that ball is put into the hands of McDonough. And back into the possession of the Cougars. The ball is sent down the far side of the field. But that'll be Hernandez who comes up with the ball. McDonough and Ruano. That ball is sent back down. Over to Ruano. Florian and Ruano going back at it. Back and forth. That ball is sent out of bounds and thrown in by Ruano. Over to Cruz. A little bit of a matchup with her and Gregorio. That ball remains in the possession of the Dragons. Hawks come back up with it, looking for a fast break attempt. That ball will be given to Moeller, trying to get past Osorio. A little bit of a grab. Osorio seemed to grab the jersey of Moeller, and that ball will stay with the Cougars. Both Dragons and Cougars lined up. Ball is kicked high and wide. A long shot by Gregorio sent wide. This ball will be kicked in by Jackson. Ball goes high. Toro seeming to come in with it early. Looking to send that ball down far the field. Ruano chasing after it, looking for defenders that are behind her for the Cougars. Ruano still has possession. Over to Villatoro. And that ball is out of bounds for the Dragons. And throw in for the Cougars. Villatoro sends that ball over to Segovia. Osorio. In the hands of Zali. Over to Osorio. Back to Zali. And both players fall. But that will be a foul on the Cougars. Ball is kicked in. Headed on by Cougars. And Barrera Castillo takes a long shot, but that ball goes just wide of the goal. Viator was looking for that. That ball was given to Cruz. Ruano. Cruz looked for a little bit of an opening to take that shot, but that ball is just wide. Over to Farqui. Over to Giselle Castillo. Over to Carey. A little bit of back and forth between Carey and Benner. Earns a little bit of a talk from the ref, telling him to calm down a little bit. That ball would be thrown in by the Cougars. That ball just sent past Gregorio. Cruz trying to find her way down to the other side of the field. That ball picked up by Tibbs. Headed on by Troxel. Castillo chasing after that ball. And she sends that ball over to Jackson. Jackson tries to send that ball back over to Castillo, but that ball goes just out of bounds. That'll be a throw for the Cougars. Cougars really doing their best to press on offense right now, taking any shot that they can, and that ball finds its way to Jackson.
22, who you got? Number 12. Thank you.
Carey will send that ball. That ball remained with the Cougars. Just looking to get past Dragons defenders. But just couldn't come up with it. Ball's sent over to Ruano. Ruano taking a little bit of time. Try to get to Viatora, but Florian. Florian did her best to send that ball far down the field to Benner. But just couldn't come up with it. McDonough. Over to Cruz. Over to Villatoro. Looks for Ruano. Tries to get an opening. Ruano open. And that ball will go into the net for another goal for the Dragons. Make that 2-0. Dragons goalie Cheyenne Tibbs found herself just a little too far outside of the goal.
Assisted by number 12. Melissa.
That ball just got past her.
Entering the game for the Cougars, number 22. Francesca Michelli.
And Michelli will come back into the game. Michelli back into the game for the Cougars. And again, the Cougars are missing their goalkeeper who has played all 7 games of this match. Sitting in for her is Cheyenne Tibbs, number 10, who's a Cougars defender. Hernandez sends that ball just out of bounds. And it'll be good for a throw-in for the Cougars. Cougars looking to find any way to get past these Dragons, but the Dragons come up with possession once again. And that ball just gets past Ruano and sent over to the near sideline. Over to Gregorio. Cougars looking to take a little bit of time to slow this game down as they're currently down 0-2.
There's a lot of things bothering me, like those two guys. That's bothering the crap out of me.
Into the end of Fritz. Looking for Moeller. Moeller gets just past Segovia. Looking for an open shot. But just can't seem to get past Moeller. Looking for a call by that far side ref. comes up with nothing. But that will be a corner kick for the Cougars.
He's still got to get out from behind there. Jaden's got to go back to his spot.
Jasper,
Cougars are definitely seeming to utilize this corner kick.
go, move.
Attempted Moeller attempted to head that ball on, but that ball, a number of bodies in the box. That ball is sent back out, and I think we do have an injury on the field. So we're going to take a moment to pause, and we'll be right back. So Tolbert, we're coming for, I believe, is Giselle Castillo taking her place. Game is back underway. That ball sent high to about the middle of the field by Jackson. Mereda Castillo looking to send that ball to Ruano. And that will be an offsides call once again for the Dragons. Cheyenne Tibbs seems to find herself really far into this field. Ruano looked to almost get past her, but the offsides call was made. That'll be a free kick. Segovia with the ball. Sends that ball back to Jackson. And a missed kick by Jackson lands a goal for the Cougars. Jackson just miskicked that ball. And that gave an open opportunity for the Cougars to score.
Cougars goal. Number 22, Francesca Bocelli.
You could see the frustration on Jackson's face as soon as that miskick happened. Cougars seem to have a little bit of motivation after that miskick by Jackson, hoping to come up with it as the score is 2-1 Dragons. Farquee looking to take that ball back down the floor. Cruz sends that ball back into the hands of Tolbert. Ruano looking to get past Cougars defenders. A hard tackle, but no call by the ref. And that ball just gets past Segovia. We will take another pause on the clock by the ref. Benner found herself on the floor, but seemed to get back up pretty quickly. She was definitely looking for a call there. stays in the possession of the Cougars.
Where did you get 8 players suspended? The list showed 12.
Jackson sends that ball back down the field, but it goes out of bounds. And that'll be a sub for the Cougars.
Entering for the Cougars, number 20, Zoe Bronson.
Bronson finds her way back into the match for Benner. That'll be a foul on the Cougars. That foul will go to Russell.
Mike. 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 Smoke. Yeah. I just got an email from Bill Kelby saying, depending on what happens in our game today, there's a
The
possibility
ball in the hands of Viatoro. Taking her time, looking for another open man. And that ball is over to Tibbs. Excuse me. Cougars goalkeeper. Cruz comes up with it though. Troxel sends that ball deep down the field towards their goal, but that ball is scooped up by Jackson. McDonough on the far side. Scooped up once again by Jackson. Moeller did look like she was coming a little close to that ball, but Jackson scoops it up just in time. And that'll be a foul on the Dragons. Cougars just inching and inching closer to their goal, looking to tie this game up.
Entering the game for the Dragons, number 11, Giselle Castillo.
Castillo, who we did pause for earlier in this match, is back on the the field. And that ball goes past a number of bodies. And we will pause this clock for a card. What is that one?
Down. Yes.
Jay, you gotta slide down.
It's you, Jaden. It's you. No, Anthony's gonna take care of it again. How is it?
Knife throws that. Keep it up.
Castillo tried to send that ball back down the field, but he's kicked out of bounds. That'll be a Cougars throw in. But Farquee kicks that ball out of bounds, and now it'll be a Dragons throw in.
So it's manual zoom, manual focus. So
A sub for the Cougars. That'll be Henderson.
entering for the Cougars, number 12, Ella Henderson.
Thrown in by the Cougars. And that ball just got past Troxel. Gonna be kicked down the field. Tolbert looking to send that ball, sends it over to Ruano. Ruano looking to try her best to get down the field, but just cannot get past defenders of the Cougars. That ball kicked out by Tibbs and sent out of bounds. McDonough looking to find her way down the field. And that'll be a card on McDonough as she sends Cruz down to the ground. That's the second yellow card for the Cougars. Free kick for the Dragons. That ball will be sent high and caught by Cheyenne Tibbs. Troxel looking to come up with it. And definitely a bit of a mismatch here for Segovia and Cougars number 20, Bronson. Carey looking to come up with it. Sends that ball out of bounds. Brunson was definitely trailing right behind her.
For the Cougars, number 15, Jama Benner.
That'll be Benner in for the Cougars. Over to Faraqui. Sends a long shot. And that ball by Moeller is just sent wide. Just sent wide. Defense for the Dragons seems to have slowed down just a bit. And the Cougars are definitely trying their best to capitalize on that. That's a block by Tolbert. Ruano in possession. Looking for Cruz. Trying to look for Segovia. And that ball was sent in by Cruz, blocked by Tibbs. Segovia did attempt to send that ball back in, and we've just seen the ref pull out a red card. And I believe that red card.
Shannon.
I believe that red card is on Gregorio.
Can you take her up?
I doubt that. I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that.
And that'll be a red card on Sam Gregorio of the Cougars. And Jocelyn Ortiz Cruz kicks the PK, and that ball is high into the net on the right side for a goal.
Dragons goal, scored by number 9, Jocelyn Ortiz Cruz. Entering the game for the Dragons, number 18, Alicia Taylor.
The score is now 3-1 for the Dragons. The Cougars will play a player down for the rest of the match here in Columbia.
Mackay.
Come on, Ash!
You got the whole sideline now, right? So you got to follow play. Thank you. Huh? Shannon's.
Cruz looks to send that ball over to Villatoro. Villatoro looking for Ruano. Ruano does her best to find an opening, but sends that shot attempt high. High and wide.
Photography's not easy.
And Henderson seems to trip herself up just a little bit. That ball is sent down the field. A little bit of back and forth. A little bit of a break here, but we'll have a whistle.
Hey, she's talking to you. Listen. Calm down, guys. Be stronger.
We'll have a yellow card awarded to Ashley Osorio.
And she's got a red card.
Sir, can we stop her? Sir!
Shannon!
So Osorio has been awarded a red card, and she will also be ejected from this match.
Thank you, sir.
So I misspoke. Osorio received a yellow card, and that'll be another red card awarded to Emily Moeller, who is also the second leading scorer for Cougars. First, it was Sam Gregorio, who is the leading scorer for the Cougars, and now Emily Moeller is out as well. She was awarded a second yellow card, giving her an automatic red card. The emotions are definitely high during this match this afternoon. Emotions are definitely high. And that'll be a corner kick for the Dragons.
I didn't have it yesterday. I would have if I didn't remember.
That ball sent in. Headed on by Ruano, but just goes wide. Troxel comes up with it.
Knock the ball around. Hey, knock the ball around. Move it. Move the ball.
Looking to move that ball over to Villatoro. But Fritz comes up with it. That ball will be kicked in by the Cougars. Vara just misstep, letting that ball get past her. And that ball sent over to Troxel. Cruz trying her best to be matched up with Troxel, who does have a bit of a height advantage on her. But Dragons come up with the ball.
Here you go. Right here.
The ball will be thrown in by the Cougars down the near sideline.
Don't call it now. You haven't called it all game, so don't call it now. Hey, flag, then that's fine. Nothing to do with us. Hey, focus! Focus! Hey! You get your focus! Hey.
Thank you, Shannon. Who you got? Number 2. Thank you.
Hit it, Lucy! Hit it! Lucy, hit it over top!
Troxel sends that ball.
Lucy!
And it's picked up once again by Jackson.
You got it. I will give you all the photo credit. Assuming somebody, is able to determine what the heck they're looking at.
Getting good shots are just blurry.
You gotta focus it.
Carey playing great defense over there against McDonough.
Where is Jaden? Down there. Can you yell at Jaden to move up the field?
Jay!
Looking to get that ball over to Villatoro. Ruano and Taylor chasing after that ball. But there is an offsides call on the Dragons. Time is continuing to chip away here in this match.
Wait,
Focus it. Theoretically, no. Yes. So the front one is to zoom. That one's to focus. Huh? Yeah. You can try and turn it on to autofocus, but it's tough on sport mode because of the quick movement.
Practice is at 7 tomorrow?
Huh? No, like on the touch center thing. See how it's on sport mode? Turn that to auto. Actually, no, sorry, yeah, on the AF. Turn. You were right. Go back to the other spot.
Castillo
Forget what I said there. Go back to where your left hand is. Yeah, switch that from MF to AF. Yeah.
sends that ball backwards. And that ball will go over to Zali Hernandez. Trying to send that ball over to Barra, but that ball gets over to Castillo, Moreira Castillo, into the hands of Segovia. A little bit of pushing here. And intensity is definitely high here in this match. And we're going to keep the clock going here. And we are going to have
It's gonna get too physical. They just need to call it. Like at this point.
Call the right game. You can't give. You did it over here, and you're not going to do it there. Gee, money. What?
picked in by Castillo. And that ball will go high. High and wide.
Entering the game for the Cougars. Number 22. Francesca.
Bocelli.
Bocelli.
So Bocelli will go back into the game for the Cougars. And Farkey will be coming out.
Questions?
Yes, sir.
Oh, sorry, you had a question?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. Can you, okay. I haven't talked to that coach yet. We're looking like we're going to put 10 on the clock.
Yeah,
This game's over, but I'm going to confirm with it.
yeah, if you can do that, that'd be great. Thank you. I was going to pull him aside when we had a chance, but that.
Easy. Hey guys, let's not. Listen, can we play? No, we just more reactive to things. Unnecessary. Come on, gotta be the.
Can you just score for me, Chief? Thanks. Oh, that's going in.
That is a high kick in by Castillo. And Wano looks for the shot, but that ball just goes wide. A great ball in by Castillo, though.
I think they should. I'm just kidding. I think we do. Well, can you make sure I get down there first? Yeah, facts. Actually, I'll take the bird's eye view.
Yes, sir.
Here, they gave me the roster.
Oh, okay.
No.
Any video anthem or any
Nope.
festivities, or we're just
No
gonna
anthem.
start?
I'll announce starters, but we're not going to do an international walkout. We'll just announce it from here.
Okay, all right. Thanks.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Zali looking to chase that ball down. That ball is given back to the Dragons.
I can hang out for a few minutes, but.
I know.
Those better end up somewhere.
They all finna be.
Mind the camera.
About a minute left to play. Under a minute left to play. In this match, Taylor with the ball. Going up against McDonough. That ball is kicked out of bounds. Will remain in Dragon's possession.
There's time out 10.
Yeah.
Excuse me, in Cougars possession. Will be kicked down the field. Cougars and Dragons both chasing after that ball. But that ball is kicked out of bounds by Jackson. The time ticks down. And that's the horn, and that'll be the end of this match here in Columbia, Maryland.
Final score. Howard 3, Frederick 1.
Final score here in Columbia, Maryland is Howard Dragons 3, Frederick Cougars 1. Thank you all for tuning in. The men's match is up next. We hope you guys did enjoy this match. We'll be back right after this.